So, next up, we have Daniel Elston from Elston Studios, and he is going to be showing us through Firstborn. I really wanted you to play this because you're significantly worse at it than I am, but that's okay.
Just show us how it's done.
I'll show you how it's done. Like, it's fine. It's fine. And welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
To the stream.
Okay, I'm going to get the game up in the background. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've heard this with sound before.
No, there's sound now. That's new. We're getting there.
Hell yeah. I just realised, like, when it came up and I heard the music, like, oh,
I know, we haven't heard sound before. Okay, do you want to give us a quick elevator pitch, if you will? What's the game for the first time someone's seeing it?
Okay, sure. So this is Firstborn. It's a turn-based tactics RPG for the PC with a bit of an unusual premise. The idea is basically that you are fighting immortal foes you can't harm with normal weapons, so instead you have to use the environment to take them out.
I love that. Okay, we're going to get into the first level so we can actually show what that looks like.
Let's go for it, Christopher.
Outlander, the Bone Wastes. Should we do the voices?
Oh, God.
Do the voices. Okay. I'm glad that you jumped on for that.
Alright, I got this.
That's right. Let's take them out. So, we can't actually attack the enemies, we have to use what's on the screen to play the game, don't we?
That's correct, yes. So each of your characters will have a different set of skills, but none of them involve direct attacks because they just wouldn't work against the monsters you're fighting.
Gotcha. Because they're invincible. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yes.
Okay, so this guy has a shove ability.
Well, yes.
There we go. There we go.
Alright, you're getting there. So it's funny because you go against all of your like RPG sensibilities, if you will.
Oh no, I already made a mistake.
It's so early. Yeah, you go against all of your like RPG sensibilities into like not attacking them and not just causing damage, but to use the environment like that.
How cool was that?
Well played, nicely done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So how come the environment can kill them? Like, how come the spikes can kill them, but like say a weapon couldn't?
Okay, so it's actually a little bit. It's very much tied in with the lore of our world.
Yes.
So essentially, the idea is in Firstborn's world, humans weren't the first race the gods created. Rather, their first children were the Firstborn, these monstrous kind of bestial creatures that are sort of, in some cases, vaguely humanoid and in some utterly monstrous. And so humans kind of came into play as a bit of a mistake. Now, I can't get too much into the particulars of why or how that happened, because that is an integral part of what the player needs to discover as they venture through the game. What I can say is that the first time a mortal killed a human killed one of the Firstborn, the gods knew that something had to be done. So in a moment of sort of chaotic decision-making, they passed a decree that never again by mortal hands or blades should a Firstborn be slain.
That's cool.
That is so cool. Holy shit.
But our hero, the Outlander here, again you'll learn a lot more about when you play the full game and hear his story, has found a loophole in this protection, which is that if they fall off a cliff, they still die.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, exactly. So you just give them a little nudge and they fall off a cliff. Just do a spike, it's great.
It's so good.
So really you're helping them.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. We're helping them find inner peace.
Exactly
That's what I believe.
Inner pieces.
Alright, let's go up here.
Ah, awesome.
Shove 2. So
yes.
I assume that allows us to shove 2 blocks instead of 1.
Double the shove,
guess.
double the pleasure.
Okay. That might be a guess with previous knowledge.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I did take a hit, but, you know, this guy's gonna take one too.
There you go, it's only fair. How courteous of you, Christopher.
That's right. A hit for a hit, I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's okay, cool.
That's cool. So how long have you been working on the game so far, Daniel?
Oh, you know that, this is about I think we're 2.5 years, no, this will be our second year of official development. We did do a little bit of prototyping before the kind of main official development, which started last year. Goodness me, it was only like last year that we really got into the full official production, though we had been running a prototype through the tertiary course that I was doing with the larger team I had back then.
Right, okay. So it's actually, when we saw it for the first time last year at PAX, that was probably like pretty early into development, I would say.
Look, we'd done a lot of prototyping, but it was only about that time that we'd roughly settled on an art style and locked down all our mechanics and got the game really to the state where we were happy with it and ready to start showing it off.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's see what I can do here.
Speaking of art style, it's amazing. I love the pixel art.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. For when you saw it last time, that was exclusively my handiwork. More recently, we've started working with the very, very talented TP Studios, who've contributed some very cool assets to this build. Notably, when we get to the boss fight, you'll see some of their handiwork in action.
Oh, nice.
We've been very happy with that.
Oh, I think I made a boo-boo.
You might have done.
I might have made a mistake. That's okay. He'll die gracefully.
Yeah. Mind you, if you like...
Oh no! Oh no!
As you finish that sentence, he died.
That's okay. That's okay. I will speed through this.
Hey, I was just gonna say, like, for your like, because he's a turtle.
No, it's that's right. I forgot about that.
Watch out. So what led you to settle on the pixel art style? Like, it's very like, I'm a big fan of it. But what was the decision making behind that?
Look, I'd love to say that there was a series of like really sensible and well thought out business decisions behind it.
Yeah.
The bottom line is I love pixel art, and it's also the only kind of art I can really do to any extent. So when it was a much smaller, it was really just me on the art for an extended period, and yeah, it was like it was pixel art or nothing, and pixel art is my favorite as well, so it wasn't a hard sell.
It all sort of worked out, yeah.
That kind of worked out. Okay, now how do I need to attack this?
Alright, Chris, think about it. Put your thinking pants on.
What do we got on? Put my thinking pants on.
Yes, put any pants on, please.
That might not be that might not be good viewing.
Oh. Yeah, I think you've committed now. Don't get up without pants. So
Yeah.
It's too early in the day.
No, I think that's really good content.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we need to do here? We need to get him into those. No, we can't get him into the spikes.
Can you push them off the edge of the land into the muck?
Yes, I think we can. So if I was to go... I getcha. If I go here...
They don't call me a tactical genius for nothing. In fact, they don't call me a tactical genius at all.
He's still gonna hit me. I'm gonna have to backtrack a bit. Here we go.
You got this. You got it.
I know that I've done this correctly before, but for some reason I can't work it out right now.
Well, look, that's the thing about Firstborn. There is no right answer. In a lot of ways, it does feel a bit like a puzzle game, because a lot of the mechanics are just moving parts for you to interact with.
Yes, that is a fair call. Oh no.
But there is no right answer. Or beyond just like not dying.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna have to be my solution. I think it's gonna work fine.
Okay. You got this, Chris.
It's
we believe in you.
not the way I'd like to do it, but no.
Oh no! I think you got him.
No,
his back's not facing it.
Oh, can I get him on the side?
Oh, let's have a look.
Yeah!
There you go.
There we go.
Used our brains.
Oh man, I've done that before and it was very different. Have you made this harder?
No, I swear I haven't touched anything except like all the core code that underpins how everything works.
Okay, gotcha.
A few people were giving me some feedback that the AI was a little inconsistent, and I was like, the game is supposed to be fully deterministic, and sure enough, there was an error. So it's been great to get it into the hands of the players, so I can find and fix stuff like this, or rather, they can find it and I can fix it.
Actually, I guess when you're playtesting it yourself, you obviously know the solution, so
yes.
It's difficult for you to actually like deliberately not do the solution.
Yeah, look, that's why we've tried to get the game into people's hands as quickly as possible. On that note, you can get this build that you guys are playing right now, and a much bigger, expanded pre-alpha, both on IndieDB, completely for free right now.
Which is awesome. I encourage all of you to go, not right now, soon, go and play soon.
Open up a new tab, just so it's ready.
I like that.
Yeah.
Space.
That fourth wall just came crashing down.
Okay, so we've got 2 characters now.
I'll do the whipping, Chris.
Okay, let's do this. So what is different about the Slaver versus the Outlander? How do they play together?
Okay, so far you've had the Outlander, and he's very much our melee character. He gets up close and personal and knocks enemies around the battlefield. The Slaver's your archer. He's got a whip, which is a ranged attack that pulls enemies in. So, when you've got archers standing on the edge of a cliff there, they're completely safe from the Outlander. He can't he can't go up and shove them. Unfortunately for them, however, the slaver can still wreak a little havoc.
Okay. Let's see if we can do that right now.
As I was about to see.
Yes.
Let's see.
Got him.
Very nice.
What are you gonna do, buddy? What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Die. That's it.
Gonna go for a swim in hot tar. Nothing else you can.
Delicious.
Okay, so that clarifies that. That is hot tar, not water.
Awesome. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. So what were your influences with this game? What did you have in your head when you started making this game?
It's actually a really funny story. I was working with my business partner at the time, who's gone on to do a bunch of other cool stuff now. And really, we were students then, and we had a group project coming up. So I knew from a development and just kind of project management standpoint, since I was going to be in charge of the code, what I could deliver within the time frame was a tactics game. But I knew he hated tactics games, so I had to find a way to sell him on it. And so I deliberated long and hard, and we'd been having this huge discussion where he was talking about how much he loved environmental combat in games, like shooting a barrel to blow it up in a first-person shooter or something like that. And I always felt like it was kind of underutilized. So we've just got an upgrade for our slaver now, who's got a cool new trick.
Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, I don't think you knew about that guy.
I've immediately made a mistake. Well, I think I can just step out of the way into
Yes.
these nice, comfortable spikes.
Yes, just don't mind them caressing your body.
Alright, you'll just wait here for now.
Yeah, because you got to watch out for the crossfire.
Yes.
Gotcha. I completely agree. Like this is my favorite genre of game because I know this sounds terrible, but I am so time poor that a turn-based game means that I can look away, do something that I need to do, come back, and then fully engage for 5-10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really love, like FTL, all those sorts of turn-based games that we've been playing. Like this plays right into that. Like that's so cool.
I was trying to think of the other one with Alien.
Oh no! What am I doing?
Chris, no, why? Oh god!
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh no.
Okay, we're good. We're
So
good.
yeah, I guess worth mentioning there is what we got to see was the telegraph system. It's actually there've been a few games that have done this just very recently, but it's something we've been working on in Firstborn for a while as well. A lot of our enemies will telegraph an attack a turn before it happens, which gives you a chance to get out of the way and just kind of opens up some new options on the battlefield. Notably, the Firstborn aren't protected against each other, so in later levels, once you really get the hang of things, you can often bait them into killing each other if you place your characters well.
Yes, that's right. That's
fantastic,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually got a question for the dev.
Okay. What's the
From
question?
Hello Puppet. 2-player battle or co-op an option?
Ooh.
So I don't know how co-op would work with a turn-based game like this, but yeah, have you got any sort of plans, like any ideas about that?
Great questions, actually. As part of the tertiary course I was doing last year, we had to spend some time looking at multiplayer in our game, and funnily enough, we did actually get both co-op and player versus player stuff happening, not online, just locally.
Really?
And it worked surprisingly well.
That's so cool.
I can't promise that we'll have anything to that effect at launch, but it's definitely something we're excited about, and we'll be looking into. We definitely want to bring through quite a few updates after the initial launch of the game, with more content, possibly new playable heroes, and some other cool features as well, which may well include a versus mode. We may look at both symmetrical and asymmetrical, so 2 players with similar hero teams, or 1 player with the heroes and 1 with Firstborn.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
Around the time gamepad support comes in, which we are hoping to do, we would also look at some local co-op.
Man, I'm very on board for co-op as well. That's such a cool idea.
Thoroughly excited.
Okay, so our new character has a shield, so we can use that to block attacks. Is that right?
That's correct. The shield renders largely invulnerable against frontal attacks. There are some things that can bash through it, but you can do some other stuff with it too, which is pretty cool.
Alright, let's give this a shot.
Let's check her out.
Woo, teamwork!
I feel like I'd be the slaver. Like I feel like the slaver is my spirit animal.
Yes, I think a lot of people say that. He's quite a quirky and kind of lovable character.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we've knocked him out, but I feel like I've gone the wrong way about this.
That's fine.
So what the Guardian, your new hero, mentioned in the dialogue is that the Outlander can give her a boost. Now, normally you wouldn't think of using attack skills on your own party, But one of the cool things about all the skills being non-damaging is you can totally use them to just gain advantage in your placement.
Yes, look at this. Let's try do a shove into our Guardian.
Oh, he just got sandwiched.
That's great. Push the tries
awesome.
That's awesome.
Squish. That's it. Love it.
That's great. Alright, here we go.
So good. Nice, get them out of the way. Beautiful.
We got this. Alright, I'm gonna try and get to the boss. I gotta get to the boss.
Yes, please.
Oh,
So
man.
we've versed the boss before. Christopher did, and you'll see why he was a little bit confused that one time.
I made some mistakes. I'm not proud of it, but these things happen.
It's okay. It's all learning experience, Chris. It's fine.
Alright, so I'll make sure you can position yourself before the end of turn.
Yes, that's
So
right.
make sure I do that.
Yes. Yeah, look, with regard to making mistakes in the game, Firstborn is by no means a Souls-like in any respect. However, I do love Souls games with a burning passion, and there is definitely an element of that fast turnaround. Try something, die, learn something, and try again sort of philosophy to development. So a lot of the mechanics aren't explained in-game, you just have to figure them out, and it's absolutely fine to die on a boss time and time again and just learn its patterns and mechanics. It's kind of the name of the game.
You're just trying to make me feel better, aren't you?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Oh, I want to try something that I've not tried before. Can I do this?
Okay.
Oh,
nice
that's cool.
one.
And it knocked him out too.
So what you'll see happen there is the spikes break after a single use, but that guy kept going and just bashed his head, so now he's a little dizzy.
That's great. I actually did not know that was a mechanic. That's really awesome.
There's a few things that people will probably find playing around with this in the pre-alpha that, again, I never make clear in these versions, or there's no explicit tutorial, but once you find it, opens up a lot of fun stuff you can do.
But I love that. Like, it's a big... Games these days hold your hand way too much and tell you exactly what to do, which is really frustrating. The first time I played this, I didn't know what to do, and that was great. Like, that's what made me enjoy it that little bit much more, was just not knowing what to do and having to find out.
Yeah, you're being forced. Well, not forced, but you have to experiment with different solutions and find out exactly what everything is on your own terms, rather than
absolutely.
Like, yeah, there's no sort of can't think of the word. You don't get to explore yourself. You're being told exactly what to do, and you're just following instructions rather than learning about the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa,
it's happening. It's happening.
Okay, here we go. Great deeds.
Okay.
Metric Dungeon said Guardian Shove just sold me on the game. So you know, just like blast your friends into things. Yeah.
Okay. I love the characters already have like very distinct personalities as well. Okay. Let's work out what's going on up here.
So, look, I will say, we kind of ran out of ideas for this level, so you just got to wander around. I've got nothing, I'm sorry.
There he is.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay, I might have been lying a little bit. Dragon fight.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Let's give this a shot. Let's give this a shot. Oh, it's a great dragon.
That is a great dragon.
It's a good dragon.
Yeah.
I like it. Alright. Good to know. Okay, so we cannot be in the blast radius.
Yeah. So that's what you're talking about, where you were saying about telegraphing attacks and all that sort of stuff. So it doesn't feel unfair just to sort of get wiped out. Whoa.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, we got some friends.
Burped up some Firstborn.
Yes, it has.
Oh, I've made a terrible mistake. That's okay, I can do it again.
That's good. That's also a really good little implementation there, being able to revoke your move before you commit to it. Like, if you move and you're like, ooh, actually, hold on a second.
Okay.
Alright, now, ladies. Alright, Chris, how are you going to attack this? What are you looking at?
Well, I need to... Yeah, it's an interesting one. Where they've spawned, I can't quite get them perfectly. Or can I?
Dun, dun, dun. There's one. Taking a dip. How you going to get... Oh, yeah.
I'll just move up here. Okay, we're good.
You got it? Yep.
Okay.
No!
You need to go over here.
I think you should have stunned him first. Oh, but no. I think I see what's going on here. Always a tricky one.
Oh god, I'm really worried that you see what's going on because I don't.
Oh, you're just like, yes, I've got it all under control.
Alright.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no, we're good.
Yep, you're fine. Well done.
Lucky.
But do move. Yeah.
There we go.
Not the developer's job to get involved here, but like.
But like, please be less crap at the game.
Yeah. I just saw the great worm just tear up a little bit there when you got hit.
Okay, alright, let's do this.
Andy Pandy just said hashtag cutest dev. Not bad.
That might have to do it for that turn.
Oh, sheesh.
We're gonna get behind the shield. Yes, that's right.
Oh no, Whippy Man is so far away.
Whippy, no!
Oh, Mr. Whippy.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, he's gonna work out very
That's okay. Get out of my way. Oh no, I can't get around that.
Oh no.
Whippy, no! Whippy, no! Oh no, this is why we can't have nice things.
When the dev says, "Oh no," he knows something terrible happened.
It's a bit of a pickle.
Oh no, this is like
okay.
This is like super bad.
Wow, Chris.
That's fine.
He's gonna face it head on.
Just take it.
It's not so bad. Okay.
Okay, we're okay.
Gotcha.
That was terribly handled.
I thought it was Instagib. So, what was the website again? Hello Poppet. It was IndieDB. Was IndieDB?
IndieDB
Yeah.
Firstborn. You can get all the downloads just from the downloads page. You can also check out our blog, which talks a lot about the development on Firstborn. But I'll admit I might have been a little lax the last few weeks there. There will be a lot of cool new stuff coming on the blog page soon. We are pushing towards releasing just a little bit more content for the pre-alpha. That's kind of on the horizon. We're hoping to show off our magic system and some other cool stuff.
Ooh, magic.
Nice, I like it. Okay, so
Just real quick, really good play there, Chris.
yeah, I had to
that was
sacrifice
awesome.
one of the orbs.
Yeah, to make way to let your guardian lady in.
Thanks for noticing.
Anytime.
Okay, I'm not getting enough enemies though.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to make do with what you got there, buddy.
We got this.
So, I like what you're doing. Yep, there you go. I was going to say, gathering you guys around looks like that it would invoke the ire of the Grey Worm and make it attack where the things are. And Obama.
There you go. Take that, worm.
Nice play. Nicely done.
There we go. Oh, it's a bit of rinse and repeat, I think.
Yes.
You get out of the way. You get over here. Knock him out.
There you go. So now, just a quick one, just like for my own our curiosity, what is your favourite game? It's a tough one to quantify, but like... Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
You're like, oh, jeez, these guys.
I feel the same way because I'm like, what?
Look, I grew up on tactics games and I love them. So like Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem. I don't know if anyone played Brigandine. I loved that. Even like the really old Shining Force. I don't even know what console that was on anymore, but it was amazing. Got it on Steam now. Anyway.
Yeah.
But one of my all-time favorites that I grew up on as like a tiny child, my parents used to play this with me, which is maybe a little weird, but whatever, was Golden Axe.
Yes.
Oh, Golden Axe, yes!
Yeah, some Golden Axe love, we all know it. And funnily enough, that was the inspiration for Firstborn, not any of the tactics games I played.
Really?
That's interesting.
Would not have
Like,
guessed
you probably see it a bit in the aesthetic, but actually, just the enemies in Golden Axe were so just ridiculously overpowered sometimes. They were such damage sponges and they hit so hard, but the really predictable AI and the environmental hazards let you take them down really, really easily if you were smart about it.
Oh man, every time, one of my favourite memories is the small green dwarf dude with the axe. And just, you find a ledge and you wait for the enemies to come and you just do the like forward attack. Oh, nice one. Do that forward attack and just see him fly off the edge and die, and it was just such a great moment. Like,
It really was. And it was actually during that moment that I was like, you could make a tactics game.
There you go.
And it all went full circle.
Do we have any final questions from the group while we wrap up this battle?
Yes. Guys, get your questions in.
Get your questions in. Get your questions in.
Get 'em in.
I think I'm in a pretty good position here.
Yeah, well, you seem to be like you're a purple dot factory right now, which is great.
That's all I do. if I bring this guy in, hopefully we can encourage him to attack here.
Yeah, and then just bail.
Oh, fine, that's okay. You know, do your own thing.
Oh, does that clear out the purple orbs? I don't actually know.
Oh, that's a good question. I was not paying attention.
Let's find out.
Nope,
No.
we're good.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's just stay here.
Yep, I think that's a smart choice. And there you go.
There we go, there we go.
Nice play. And is this going to be the kill?
this-
It looks like it might be.
This might be.
Ooh.
Take it, worm!
One extra. Yes.
Ah,
and one
that's
for good
right.
luck. He's going to head back and realize he's dead.
Achievement
Oh,
unlocked,
no.
overkill.
Oh, here we go. Two Loft Bees asks platforms. So you said PC, yeah.
PC initial release. Love to bring it to phones and tablets right after.
Ah, yes.
And consoles, especially with gamepad support coming, are definitely not off the cards, but there's a question mark over that for the time being. We also want to get Mac and Linux support happening as soon as possible.
Gotcha. I'd love to see something like this on the Switch, for
I
example.
thought the exact same thing.
That would be
Oh, man.
really... I think it's a really appropriate sort of screen size and like way you play the game. Would be really cool.
Art style
Look,
and
we'd
everything.
definitely be open to that.
There you go. See,
yeah.
even the Outlander wants you to download the pre-alpha.
You don't listen to him, otherwise he'll shove you off a cliff somewhere. So
Nice. We did it!
Woohoo!
And in pretty good timing, actually. There you go.
Oh, thank you for making the game. Don't thank us for playing.
Okay, any final questions?
We've got we've got two Loft Bees who just said "Woo, Linux." We've got Metric Done. Question: is character progression done purely through item gathering, or is there a deeper leveling system?
There actually is a deeper leveling system, and you can check it out in the pre-alpha right now. We have skill trees for all our playable characters. You can probably access like a third or a quarter of the skills that'll be in the final game at the moment, or a third or a quarter of the upgrades. There will be a lot more you can unlock in the full Steam release.
Gotcha. So that glory that we were getting at the end of every level, that's what you use to purchase those upgrades, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. That's the currency you spend on upgrades. The upgrades are locked out in this build, just in the interest of a smoother, quicker flow for a format like this. But the full pre-alpha does have character progression in a much more fleshed out form. So yeah, that's a bit of fun if people want to check it out.
Absolutely. I will be checking it out again.
Yeah.
Awesome. We are out of time, unfortunately. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, apart from the build where everyone can download, where can we jump online and check out your progress and your updates for the game?
So we do have our website, which is just the Elston Studios website, elstonstudios.net, I believe. But IndieDB has all the same information, and of course you can follow us on Facebook or follow my development adventures on Twitter at Daniel_R_Elston.
Awesome. Thank you so much, mate. We're going to be playing this again. I've been saying that to everyone. I think that's what we're doing. We're not going to sleep tonight. Thank you so much. We'll speak to you soon, okay?
Catch you, Daniel. Thanks for joining us.
Talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, mate.